There is a new terror tape. This time it's a terrorist organization, Jaish-E-Mohammad, which is desperately trying to increase its footprints in the Kashmir Valley. India Today has accessed a new terror video where Pakistan's terror chiefs, including Maulana Masood Azhar's boys, are guiding local Kashmiri boys. They want to fuel more unrest in this situation, and this local Kashmiri terrorist is warning other Kashmiris, especially in Baramulla area. They're saying if you dare to support the Indian Army or the police, we will kill you. They're threatening to kill other Kashmiris. Not only this, there is a virtual hit list. There's a hit list that this terrorist organization has now issued. Is there fear in Baramulla? On the contrary, from what sources are telling India Today, those who want normalcy to return are swearing to fight back. So the man who was a part of the parliament attack, who planned the parliament attack in 2001, December 2001, Maulana Masood Azhar, he's now joined hands with Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hizbul Mujahideen. So the terror trio have come together in Pakistan, ably guided by Pakistan's notorious inter-services intelligence. There's a new video that's been circulated in social media. Jaish-E-Mohammad warning people after Bakrid, those who support the Indian Army or the police will be sacrificed.
A
7-minute terror video, a dire warning to locals in the valley, an ultimatum to stop siding with India, an open threat to hunt down and kill anyone who dares to work with the Indian agencies, police or the army. Eid is over and they warn of a new round of violence.
हम ये जो हिंदू नवाज जुमातों से वाबस्ता एहलकारों को बताते हैं कि आपको आखिरी मौका देते हैं कि आप बाज आ जाओ, और ख़ुसूसन उन नौजवानों को जो अपना आखिरत बर्बाद करने के लिए हिंदुस्तान की एजेंसीज, पुलिस, आर्मी के साथ काम करती है। आप हर किसी ये ना सोचे कि आपका नाम हमसे छुपा है, मालूम है, और अगर हम चाहे तो वल्लाह हम आपको ज़मीन के किसी भी चप्पे से निकाल सकते हैं।
The Jaish-E-Mohammad terrorists are using young boys as terror tools, recruiting them by force if brainwashing fails. The terrorists announce that they have drawn up a hit list of 24 locals who are assisting their evil designs.
हर एक का नाम और घर का पता सब कुछ हमारे पास मौजूद है, और इसका नाम हम लेते हैं। ईद तक इन लोगों के साथ वार्निंग है। अगर ईद तक इन्होंने तौबा निकाल लिया, अल्लाह से माफ़ी मांगकर हमारे सफ़ों में आ जाओ, और अगर नहीं निकाला तो इंशाल्लाह ईद के बाद हम इसका काम कर देंगे।
The video was uploaded on social media sites last week. Sources point at the role of 2001 parliament attack mastermind Masood Azhar. The Pakistani terror tap is clearly working at full steam to destabilize India. The locals in the valley are clearly under threat to carry out the terror orders or face the consequences.
Absolute and total attempt to create a psychic war, to absolutely frighten the people into subjugation. I am very certain the payoffs are going to be minimal.
Using the same pressure tactic, it was the militant outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba that threatened informers of the Indian Army. Towing the line of Jaish and Lashkar, now the separatists have warned politicians and pro-India supporters. Clearly, anti-India voices are growing louder and united in the valley, and which is a matter of grave concern for the Indian government. With video journalist Dharmendra, this is Mosmi Singh in Delhi for India Today.
I have Vice Admiral Javed Iqbal, who joins me from Pakistan. He's a retired defense analyst, watches Kashmir very closely. I also have Brigadier V. Mahalingam with me in the studio. Colonel Shafqat Saeed will also join us in a while from Pakistan. But Brigadier Mahalingam, I want to come to you first, sir. I want to understand from you. You've served in the valley. What do you make of a series of videos coming out where Kashmiris are threatening fellow Kashmiris?
See, basically, I look at it this way. Firstly, this is a response from the Pakistan for the army's deployment. Secondly, if you had noticed, there is a lot of resentment amongst the population in the valley, especially for the blockout as well as the hartal that is going on. If you see very carefully, that Pakistan has been aiming to get maximum number of death tolls there,
Yes.
so that the matter could be taken up at the Human Rights Council,
Yes.
and the matter could be progressed.
Okay,
but unfortunately, this is a major setback for Pakistan.
Yes.
If you sort of connect this with Hafiz Saeed's talk, which had happened on the 9/11 anniversary, he very categorically brings out one thing. He tells people, number one, it is time for complete unity. Any differences at this moment will derail this entire process.
And
Therefore,
that
you can
appears to be
understand
happening. That appears to be happening. Admiral Iqbal, the situation in the valley, unfortunately for Pakistan, is returning to normal. That is why these very desperate terror videos being circulated to boost morale of terrorists and separatists, Admiral.
Well, you see, the thing is that if there are separates, they will be, suppressed. But the thing is that if there is indigenous movement and it is about the self-determination, then no matter what you portray, it will continue, because it is a question of Kashmiri people. Why are you not letting the human rights group to visit, your territory? What are you worried for? Why are you afraid? Even United Nations missions are not being allowed.
Brigadier Mahalingam, what would you tell Admiral Iqbal?
there is absolutely no such thing as what you are saying. Let's understand one thing. The situation in the valley is totally different. It has been created by those people who have been instigated by Pakistan, funded and armed by Pakistan. Please understand this. There is no human rights violation in Pakistan.
If
Quran 1 he was killed because he was a terrorist. Whereas, now let me come to the facts. In Pakistan, what is happening is total human rights violation everywhere, starting from Karachi to Balochistan to northwest frontier province. Let's understand this straight.
What is the difference that there is from Karachi to Balochistan or any part of Pakistan? The thing is, if there are anything, then it has nothing to do with self-determination. It is not on United Nations agenda. Why are you?
Neither is Kashmir. Neither is
Kashmir is
Kashmir.
not in United Nations agenda. Please look up the time when almost about 5 years back, the Kashmir issue has been taken off from the United Nations agenda. Let's understand that straight away.
So a very desperate attempt being made by Pakistan, Admiral, and that is the point. Every day there's a new terror video coming out. Every day an even more desperate Hafiz Saeed and even more desperate Pakistani terrorists are telling these local terrorists, do something, do something. Every day they're failing. Every day they're failing, Admiral.
Look, you see, from Jawaharlal Nehru right up to, this day with Modi, you have killed so many people, you have raped so many women, you have blinded so many
you live
children.
in such a
Look,
fool's paradise, Admiral.
Now,
Admiral, what
you
you're
not
talking
allowing
of
the
is
Human
history.
Rights Commission to
Let's
visit
not
the
talk
valley?
history. Let's talk
Visit
about
the-
ground
you are a
reality
part of
today.
Kashmir.
Let us understand
right
one
now the
fact,
debate is on
that
in
as far
United
as the
Nations.
United
And
Nations
they have taken
resolution
note of
about
it.
which you keep
Now remember
continuously
that. You cannot
talking,
fool everybody
that
for-
particular
all the
resolution
time.
has been
You know,
passed
Admiral-
under Chapter 6 of the United Nations Charter, which is non-implementable. Please understand that. Therefore,
Even
what
today-
you're talking is history.
If it can be implemented in East Timor, it will be implemented in Kashmir also. Why
What,
can't you get
it's
this thing
almost
out
as
of
if
your
Pakistan
head?
lives in a
That you are not
world of
controlling
its
the whole
own.
world.
Nobody, answer me this. Your Prime Minister has been crying
My
from the
Prime Minister is
rooftop.
talking
You are
of
sending
Kashmir.
ambassadors across the
You are
world.
talking of,
22
all
politicians.
other parts
Admiral,
of
hear
the
me out.
world.
Admiral,
We are
hear me
talking
out.
of
Admiral,
Kashmir.
hear me out.
The
Hear me out.
problem is
Admiral,
about
both of us
Kashmir.
speaking at the same time does not help.
Self-determination
Admiral,
of
you're a
Kashmiri
soldier.
people.
As a disciplined
Uprising is by
soldier,
Kashmiri
hear
youth.
me out. Hear me
Whom are
out.
you trying
Let me
to
ask you a
hoodwink?
question. You can answer. There's no point of ranting. Hear me out. Your Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has been screaming from rooftop. No one is listening. You are sending out 22 ambassadors. No one is listening to them. Your ambassadors across the world have only been, anyone says good morning to them and they say Kashmir, still no reaction. Have you wondered why? It's because of
We are not wondering,
Pakistan-sponsored
because if
terror
Kashmir
in
is not a
Kashmir.
reality, then it will fade away. If it is a reality, it will spring all the time. Every time you press it, it will spring even with the greatest strength. So why should we wonder? Why are you bothered? If you are so sure, why
Of course
the
we are
heck you
very
running
sure.
so many programs
We
on
are
it?
very, very sure. What we are only asking you is, will
Why are
Pakistan...
you asking us? You're not your client state.
Admiral,
Why are you asking us? Why should you
Because
ask
terror
Why should you
emanates.
waste your time
अरे
on us?
terror की
If the
गंगोत्री
things
तो
are under your
पाकिस्तान
control,
में है.
why should you worry
You know the
about us?
source of terror, Admiral. That source of
Why
terror
should you worry
is in
about us?
Pakistan.
If
That is
there
why we are
terror,
worried.
You are part of the country. You control it.
Admiral, let
We are
me
not
tell you.
asking you. We are
Admiral,
not
let
begging
me tell you, the
If
Indian
there are
army
terrorists in our
is going
country,
into Kashmir.
controlling
We are
it.
sure,
We are dealing with it.
like a
What
gun.
kind of country
Let
you
me
are?
tell you, we are only sympathizing with you. For
Don't
God's sake, stop
sympathize
this
with us.
nonsense that you are
We
doing
don't want
in
your sympathy. You
Kashmir.
look after
Otherwise,
your
you will
own
have
house.
very serious
There are
repercussions.
separatist movement in so many states. You are controlling. You are also, totally, denying the
That's such
self-determination.
wishful
Your
thinking on the part of
700,000 troops are
Pakistan,
there.
Admiral.
Why should
So,
you worry?
Admiral,
If
the
everything is
focus,
hunky-dory.
Admiral, my only focus
should be
this
laughing.
afternoon is,
You should be
the
happy.
source of this
Now
entire
that
terror
more than 2
is in
months you have
Pakistan.
curfew.
Will
Is that
Pakistan
normal
control
in any
this?
country?
Admiral, will Pakistan control
Tell
terror?
me, is it
Will
normal
Pakistan
in any
control
country?
terrorists? Will Pakistan
More than
control
50 days of
terrorists?
curfew.
Will Pakistan
You
control
have no
terrorists?
shame in telling blatant lie. Your own eyes are closed. Your ears are plugged.
Admiral, you're ranting now. My simple question
What
to
is
you was,
ranting now? Whatever you say is
my
truth,
only question
and
is,
whatever I'm
today
saying is
Afghanistan's president is in India. President
what is
Ashraf
Afghanistan?
Ghani
You
is
want to
also
take
complaining
Afghanistan.
about
You want to be
Pakistan-sponsored
a
terror.
lackey of Washington. You want to be, provide lip service to anybody. What do I have?
No,
We're
but
not
that's the
bothered.
point. Will you wake
Whatever is
up to
happening
the
in your
source
country, you
of
look
terror
after.
in your country?
We are
That
not begging
cancer,
you.
that cancer is
You are
eating you.
sending,
That cancer is
Commander
killing you from
Bhushan
within.
Yadav
That
to our
cancer,
far,
that
and
cancer
we-
is killing you from
similarly,
within.
If you have any problem in your territory, look after that.
Admiral, I wish to ask you, did you
Why
hear
are you
the
asking
US
me?
Congressional
Why are
Committee's
you begging
discussions
me?
last
Why
week?
are you,
Have you seen
stop
what they were saying?
Stop so-and-so.
You must
You are
understand
so toothless.
what you are doing is
You cannot do
utter
your job.
nonsense, which is
Your
against
army is
all
useless.
norms of
They
any
cannot,
civilized society.
You catch few individuals who are disturbing their peace. What are you keeping the armed forces for?
Admiral, my only point is, Jaish-E-Mohammad's
I am
Masood
not
Azhar is
interested
in
in your
Pakistan.
point. I am not here to, I am saying that if you
You're
are
not here to
happy,
answer my point?
good luck.
Really?
If you have problems, solve your problem. We are not asking
We
you.
have-
You know,
We
that's
have-
actually
we
a
have
good
suffered
point.
Understand
That's
60,000
actually a very good point.
for terrorism.
Admiral, you've actually made a very
Sponsored
good
by
point
you.
for once.
We are not
Absolutely.
begging you.
Why
Why
should
are you
India
begging
expect
us?
Pakistan? Because
After
Pakistan
saying
is
that,
not a civilized
just
country.
Jangvi
Pakistan
is
is
like
not a
yourself.
civilized country.
You are
How can
spending
India
so
expect
much
Pakistan to
billions
sort
and
out
billions
terrorists?
of rupees
Paki-
on defense forces. Look after yourself.
Admiral, I want to bring out a point in what you said. India has absolutely no problem whatsoever. The
Don't
problem
try,
is
don't
Pakistan
try.
interfering
If you have
in
no
Kashmir.
problem, don't try.
And that precisely is what we are telling you to keep off
Why are
and
you
shut
telling me?
off the tap.
If you see, nobody needs to be told. It is
No, but
the
it's in your
reality
own
of
interest,
things
Admiral.
which
You
is the
should do
reality.
it. अरे that वो
If
cancer
you are
आपको
strong,
मार रहा
if you are
है. You
controlled,
are
if the
dying of that
Kashmiris are
cancer.
with you,
Admiral, you are
nothing to be
dying
told.
of that cancer of terrorism in Pakistan, and yet you're not controlling it. That's
Nobody
that's
has
the
to
sad
propagate it.
aspect. You're such an international pariah state. Afghanistan hates you, Bangladesh hates you, India hates you because of the terror you spread.
Or pariah or this or that, then certain international daddy, Washington has become your daddy today, and now you are thinking that you will control the world.
We will not control the world, but we expect you to control terror that
If
emanates
you
from
want to
Pakistan
push us
in your
to
own
anywhere,
interest.
do that. We are saying don't have pity on us. Do that. Have the guts, have the courage, be a man.
There is absolutely no problem, Admiral. Let me tell you,
problem is
we will
there.
be able to
You
control
are,
everything.
telling
And the
everybody,
people of
"Oh,
Kashmir
no,
are
the
with us.
500
Please try and
children who have
understand.
lost their
It is the
lives,
separatists
Pakistan has
whom
done
you
it.
are feeding with money.
Even
and
the United Nations is telling you to allow the Human Rights Commission to come, and you are not allowing.
No, we will not allow
And you
any
are telling
outsider in
us,
our country.
for
We will
you,
handle
for
our internal
India,
matters
the
ourselves.
only problem on the
What
shoulder
business
is
does
We
UN
made
Pakistan.
have?
the mistake
Okay,
of
Brigadier,
allowing your
Brigadier,
ISI to
Brigadier,
come into our
behave like a
Pathankot airbase.
country.
That was a big mistake that we did. We shall not allow anybody to come inside India. Let that be quite
Don't
clear.
allow them. Am I saying allow them? Why are you allowing them then?
No,
Don't
we are
allow.
not. We are only asking you, will Pakistan control
Why are
terror?
you asking me?
Will
Why don't you
Pakistan control the
your own
terror
land?
tap? That's the point.
Why are you asking me?
You're you're like
Am I
a petulant child,
paid
Admiral.
mulazim that I am responsible to stop so and so? You are doing whatever your foreign policy dictates you. You are doing what is in the interest of India. So do this also.
Absolutely, and I think, Admiral Javed Iqbal has a point. Why should India expect anything from a terror-sponsored country like Pakistan? He's absolutely right.
Absolutely. It is, as far as India is concerned, India needs to go on and take absolute whatever action is necessary to control it. And today I must tell you that today in the valley, the apple growers are against these Hurriyat conference as also against the militants. Those people who are there, the tourist operators, are absolutely against it because the tourist season is almost coming to an end and they have put an end to their income. Therefore, this particular movement, as far as I can tell you, is not going to go anywhere. And
Yes.
lastly but not the least, Indian army is getting inside the valley, and you can be rest assured, Pakistan can do what they want to, but Indian army will be able to control the situation.
And is Pakistan flapping because of India just talking about Balochistan? Is that why Pakistan is flapping like headless chicken, Admiral Iqbal?
No, I think we are, peace-loving country, and you do whatever you
that
like.
sounds like a
But
joke.
if it is in your interest to break Pakistan, do whatever you like.
Admiral, please
We will not
ask your
beg you.
own countrymen whether
If
you
it
are
is
a
in the-
peace-loving
if
country
Modi
or
Sahib
not.
thinks
They
that
will tell
South
you,
Asia
don't
can
come
live
and
in
preach
peace.
us what you are.
If millions of people can live in peace, he's sadly mistaken. Without Kashmir and without, water problem, this region will never live in peace.
But
So you don't understand that.
No, but you
in
don't stop terror.
Your interest is
you
to
don't stop
Pakistan
terror.
Army.
You're an
Army,
ex
that
you're an
is your
ex-Navy admiral.
nightmare.
You've lost
Why
wars.
don't you just control your own area?
Karachi
Stop
burned for
living
11 days in 1971. I think you were posted there around that time. So you know what Indian Navy can do, and yet you don't stop terror.
Baba,
Why?
whatever you can
Why?
do, whatever we can do, we have seen each other.
But
So,
you can only
if you
spread
want to
terror,
do
sir.
more,
You lose
do
every
more.
war and you spread
Have the
terror.
courage.
Why won't that stop, Admiral?
Don't teach us a lesson. Why don't you teach us a lesson? Your problem will be over.
But I thought you were taught a lesson in 1971, weren't you?
No, this is your mistake. Okay, you do it again.
I mean, but that means Pakistan doesn't learn its lessons.
No, it doesn't matter what it means. But I'm telling you that we damn care about that lesson. So you do it again. Be brave. Teach us a lesson. Tell everybody you can teach us a lesson.
No, but actually, Brigadier, my
Wait,
point is,
what is the
I think
button?
the Admiral is
I'm
absolutely
saying
right.
teach
Pakistan,
me a lesson.
Pakistan refuses to learn its lessons. Pakistan lost every war from 47 to 65 to 71 to Siachen to
Kargil.
Kargil, but they refuse to learn a lesson. So we should just ignore Pakistan, and he's right. Admiral Iqbal is right. Pakistan will take no action against terror. So we should take all action that is needed to be taken.
Absolutely, we will take action against terror and also those people who are bringing in terror inside the valley. That is for sure. But only point that we are saying is, for God's sake, understand the reality. Understand the situation in your own country. Your Punjab is burning today.
Okay? At the helm of affairs. You should do that instead of, keep on harping all the time.
You are spot on.
Doing it.
Admiral,
if somebody is disturbing my home, I should be able to take charge of him.
You're absolutely right, Admiral. You're absolutely right. And I think it is high time India started doing just that. Ignore Pakistan. Treat Pakistan with the contempt a state sponsor of terror deserves and sort out the mess on our own. But for the moment, Admiral Javed Iqbal in Pakistan, many thanks for joining me, sir. I'd also like to thank Brigadier Mahalingam for joining me. We will continue to discuss this issue very closely because Pakistan-sponsored terror needs to be dealt with an iron hand. The velvet glove is for own people in Jammu and Kashmir. A quick break.